Every day, science is making new breakthroughs and discoveries. Some people are aware that there are particular racial classifications. For example, Caucasoid, Negroid or Africoid, Mongoloid, and Australoid. Or you could say white, black, Asian, and so forth. But some of these racial classifications also have subcategories. For example, not everyone who is classed as a Caucasoid necessarily has white skin. The best way to look at it is all white people are Caucasoids, but not all Caucasoids are white. Most of these racial classifications are based on skull shapes and not skin complexion. But that's a whole different video for another day. I will go into a lot more depth with that. But today, this is about something else. Recently, there was a new discovery of a different group of people. Now, the same way I said not all Caucasoids are white, not all people with black skin or dark brown or brown skin are Negroid or Africoid or even black for that matter. There's been a new recent discovery of a whole new race. And these people can look just like you or I. That's the crazy thing about it. It's very hard to differentiate between the two. This new racial classification is the Delusionoid. So what is a Delusionoid? Let me explain. I have a cousin on my mother's side. He happens to be Puerto Rican. His skin is probably as dark as you can get. He's extremely blessed with melanin. He has very tightly curled hair. Sisters talk about 4C hair. Well, my cousin has what is known as 7Z. That's how tight it is. A very, very blessed brother. He has two parents that look just like him, both dark-skinned. Now, his family are related to my mother's father's side of the family, the black side that are from Loíza. Now, all my life, I assumed my cousin was black. But whenever I would say to him, hey, you're black, he would say no. He would say he might have dark skin, but he's not black. He would say he might have tightly coiled hair, but he's not black. He would say he's Hispanic or Puerto Rican or Boricua. I would point out that we have the same grandfather, who is clearly black and African. And he would say that our grandfather was wrong.
I'm Dominican. I'm Puerto Rican. I know black. Be looking just like me. Be having the same hair. I be touching it like, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same, papi. It's not the same.
I have eyes. I know a black person when I see one. But then it came to me. With this new discovery, I realized my cousin is a Delusionoid. I used to date this very beautiful, dark-skinned Jamaican black girl. Her skin was so dark and beautiful. One day I told her that her skin was flawless and said she'll age so slowly because of her dark skin and melanin. But then she looked at me with total, utter disgust and said, but I'm not dark-skinned at all. I'm nowhere near dark. I said, so what are you? She said she was brown skinned. So I showed her pictures of women her complexion, and she said that they were much darker than her. She then showed me pictures of women that were a few shades darker than my light-skinned self and said they were her complexion. I later realized I was dating a Delusionoid. I also used to date this black girl that would say all lives matter and that not all white people were racist. She believed there was no such thing as white supremacy and racism was an illusion and that black people were just making things up. Yep, another Delusionoid. Damn, I keep running into these Delusionoids, but it's so easy to get tricked because they look just like us. I met this brother, and he told me that he was not no damn African. He said he wasn't black, but he was a Hebrew. I mean, he looked black. I tried to explain to him that I do believe the original Hebrews were black and that they are also African, and that there are many Hebrew tribes in Africa who claim to also be African, like the Lemba tribe. He looked at me with total disgust and said, I ain't no stinking African. Another Delusionoid. See, it's so easy to get fooled. You get where I'm going with this. So sometimes we think we're dealing with black people or people just like us because they look like us. But remember, not all skin folk are kinfolk, and all Negroids and Africoids are black, but not all black people are Negroids or Africoids. So let's have a look at what the dictionary says about Delusionoid. Delusionoid is an adjective. The definition: a person who appears to be black, commonly confused for a person of African descent. A person who is as black as Wesley Snipes, with 4C hair, but swears they are not black or of African descent. Someone with dark skin who swears they're team light skin. Examples: I'm not black, I'm Dominican. I'm not African, I'm native. I'm not African, I'm a Hebrew. Remember, not all skin folk are kinfolk. Some people look like you, but they're actually Delusionoids. There's also another group that has been discovered, and these are the Illusionoids. What's an Illusionoid? Long story short, you've heard of Rachel Dolezal and Martina Big. Well, those are white women who believe they are black. They put on a costume and create an illusion that there's something they're not. They claim to be transracial. But the reality is, they are their own group also. They are Illusionoids. Let's have a look at the definition for Illusionoid. It's also an adjective. Definition: a white person who pretends to be black and appropriates black or African culture. Sometimes these people would change their complexion and features to imitate real black people. They claim to feel black and believe they were born in the wrong race. They claim to be transracial. Science is changing every day, y'all. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a black-owned, black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.